He said this in 1989. As Rotarians, we are in a unique position to help society protect itself against such devastation. Our vast network gives us positive strength in the 164 countries in which there are Rotary clubs. Back then, this was 1989. But because of our reputation as peacemaker, our influence extends beyond, even to those countries long viewed as hostile and unreceptive to democratic ideals. Rotarians are accepted where some others cannot go because we're non-political, we're non-partisan, we're non-religious. We speak many languages and we live under vastly different political and economic systems. Yet despite all of our distinct and wonderful differences, we have some very important common characteristics. Chief among them, the will to serve, the steadfast desire for peace. Our greatest strength is in bonding, bringing people together, sharing values and overcoming divisive barriers. Goodwill and fellowship are the heart of the Rotary. On November 30th, 1988, in Chicago, Illinois, USA, Rotary's birthplace, we had an unprecedented opportunity to test our commitment to the world understanding and to peace. Rotary International was host to 160 Soviet professionals and brought to attend an emerging leadership summit in Philadelphia. The summit was sponsored by the American Center for International Leadership and the Committee of Youth Organizations of the USSR. During that 2-day stay in Chicago, the young men and women aged 25 to 40 and representing 16 different professions were hosted with 80 Rotarian families in that city in the suburbs. This adventure in understanding for Rotarians and soldiers alike was a giant step along new roads. We're exploring in countries where Rotary does not exist. We look forward to many future expeditions, not only new roads in the Soviet Union, but in China, in Poland, in Hungary, in Yugoslavia, and other countries as well. How could we possibly build a better base for peace in the future, or find a better goal to establish during this World Understanding Month, as in Rotary? Sincerely yours, Royce A.B. That was in 1988. And today, every time you look at the television, you're seeing those people who are running for presidency of the United States or whatever he's doing. Even the president, we're talking about a possibility of nuclear war again. Where are we? Why can't we do something to avoid those things? That's our job. So, I want to talk about what universal patriotism is. This is back in the 2nd century, about the year 170. Someone asked Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher of Rome, to define himself. And he said, as a Roman, I'm a citizen of Rome, but as a man, I'm a citizen of the world. My interpretation of the statement is that all human beings, no matter where they're born, where they're living, what the color of their skin is, what their religious beliefs or non-beliefs are, their idiosyncrasies or customs, the members of the family, of the human family, they're citizens of the world. Even before Marcus Aurelius, someone asked Jesus, Master, which is the greatest commandment of the law? And Jesus said to him, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the greatest and the first commandment. And the second is like it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these commandments depend all the law and the prophets. Jesus was eliminating all the thou shalt nots and filling those spaces with love. February just happened to be World Understanding Month. And in Rotary International in 1988, we had a meeting, this meeting in El Paso, and Ciudad Juarez. And Royce Havey from Australia, who was the international president, when he heard what our theme was, the deep was the theme for that time. That's a statement made by Mr. Wankuya, king of the Jamaicas, and Lord of Texcoco, some 50 years before the arrival of the Spanish in Mexico. La de Pacto Christiantes means the world will be as its men are. It's Mr. Mundo. Royce Avey was really impressed by that saying, and he mentioned several times during his speech. He would say, that's what world is all about. The world will be what we make of it. Karl Marx, believe it or not, was trying to make a better world with his Communist Manifesto. He wanted the rights of workers to be respected. He ended the manifesto with these words: workers of the world unite, rebel. You have nothing to do with your You're clubbed in chains. Benito Juarez was trying to make a better world. He was president of Mexico then. When he stated, because between the nations, the same as between individuals, the respect and rights of others is peace. Franklin Roosevelt was trying to make a better world. When he made some statements like this, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. That's when there was a very tremendous problem, economic problem in the States. And he established the Civil Works Administration, the Work Projects Administration, the Civil Conservation Corps, the Good Neighbor Policy, and Social Security. A lot of this was an answer to Karl Marx and the encyclical Redo Movado on Pope Leo the 13th. That was written 32 years after the Communist Manifesto, but basically with the same essence: human rights, a better world. Pedro Pacelli, Pope Pius XII, was trying to make a better world when he gave his Christmas message in December 1942, when World War II was at its peak. And he said, all the nations of the world belong to the great human family, which must be ruled by the principles of equity, charity, justice, and equality, and by the treaties that exist between the nations that must be respected with a firm conviction that true patriotism consists not in rejecting the rights of others, but in working arduously for the common good of the great human family, to which everyone has the duty to contribute and the right to a place of honor. It seems to me now that the future of the world is in our hands. We have the duty to contribute and the right to a place of honor. And that's what I think what we have to seek. So I would say that you should all join me today, and we should sing the song that looks for peace all over the world. It says, let there be peace on earth, and let it be with you. Perfect harmony. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant in every step I take, there is the all above. Good day, shoulder and ribbon, shoulder, keep peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. I bless you, Lord, because you never gave me unfulfilled hope, nor undeserved pain, nor unjust work. For I see at the end of my long, rough journey that I was the architect of my own destiny, that I took the sweetness or bitterness from things because I put into them the bitterness of gall for the sweetness of honey. When I planted rose bushes, I always harvested roses. It's true that my summer would be followed by winter, but you didn't tell me that May would be eternal. And I found without doubt all the nights of my sufferings, but you didn't tell me that all my nights would be as peaceful as Christmas Eve. Yet I had some that were sacredly sweet. I loved and I was loved, and the sun caressed my face. Life, you owe me nothing. Life, we are in peace. Yes,